Hey everybody, hope everybody's doing well. Well, I got a different kind of video for you today, something different than what I normally do. I have another hobby now, the man of 1,000 hobbies. I was kind of recently gotten into like Blu-Ray collecting, so I thought I would show you my recent Blu-Ray pickups. I know these videos are kind of popular on YouTube. A lot of people like to watch people's Blu-ray pickups and kind of like Tuesday hauls and everything. This isn't going to be a series that's going to be very frequent, like every week, because I have so many hobbies. Let's face it, as fun as they are, they're just more ways to spend money. But periodically, as I get them, I'll let you know. Before I get into it, since this is my first kind of pickup video, you know, I always got DVDs, and even when Netflix became kind of a thing early 2010s, maybe late 2000s, I still was into DVD collecting because I don't say I watched lots of obscure movies, but I watched a lot of movies that definitely were on there. So I would go and buy used DVDs and everything like that. So, you know, I was doing physical only for a while, and I never really got into Blu-ray. I never had a Blu-ray player until I had like a PS3. And I had a PS4 as well, but I never got into collecting the Blu-rays. I always stopped at DVDs. But the thing that kind of like kicked me back into it was basically last year, my friend got the box set of Nightmare on Elm Street. And we were watching those, and it was kind of like the light bulb one, you know, went on or something like that with me, and it's just like, wow, this looks so good. You know, this looks so much better than anything I'd see on Netflix. I can't believe how good this looks for a movie that came out in 1984. And he was just like, yeah, Blu-rays just have higher picture quality and audio quality. And, you know, this was shot on film. So it was probably shot at like, I don't know, 6.5K or something like that. So it's just, they have more to work with. And then I just kind of went down the rabbit hole, you know, getting into like picture quality and stuff, you know. Unfortunately, because it's another hobby, but I'm now one of those people where I can definitely see a difference between Netflix and like a hard copy Blu-ray, like big time. To those people that can't, or, you know, claim that there is no difference, then yeah, that's good, because it's definitely more convenient and cheaper. But I also like owning my own stuff. I've always been a physical guy. I always like, you know, owning the physical media. So yeah, this can't be taken away from me or whatever. Anyways, I just wanted to get that out of the way. First one I got, I'll show you. It's one of my favorite movies. Sometimes it is my favorite movie. And I got the Steelbook of Dances with Wolves, which these are all going to be backwards, I apologize, but this is the Steelbook of Dances with Wolves, which was put out by Shout Factory. And I normally don't, you know, I have some rules I set for myself, like I won't really spend over $15, which I know might seem kind of low for some stuff, but even the 4K UHDs do definitely go down in price. That's just a rule I set for myself. Not like I'm going to go spend crazy money, but with all these hobbies, it's good to give yourself some limitations and stuff like that. And generally, like, I try not to get, you know, sucked into packaging and stuff like that. Of course, I'll make exceptions if it's like a really one of my favorite movies, you know, if it's like a $35 Steelbook of one of my top fives, yeah, that's a little bit different. I had the DVD of the extended cut of Dances with Wolves. I always prefer the extended cut. I think it's, you know, it is a 4-hour film. It's very, very long, but it flies by for me. This is a movie I could watch over and over and over again. And the Steelbook comes with, I'll show you the inside. The Steelbook comes with the theatrical cut, so if I do want to watch that, I have it. And then what came with the other version I have, which is the extended and the special features disc. There's some good special features on this too. This one just has, both the other one's missing, but yeah. And I like the Steelbook. I like this packaging. I kind of wish they did like, you know, how they do their illustrations for their Steelbooks, but I think this looks cool. This one I got, the packaging, it was all dented and stuff, so generally don't like to get double copies of movies, but I made an exception for that one. The picture quality is very good. This is a movie, though, that's screening for a UHD release because it just looks so good. There's so much beautiful cinematography in this movie and colors, and the practical effects and filmmaking that went into it are really fascinating to me, so I love that. Next, I got The Descent, just Blu-ray, the director's cut, or the original unrated cut. Not really director's cut. Standard Nothing fancy. I'm not the biggest fan of this cover, but whatever. I love this movie. It's a great underrated horror film from 2005 about a group of girls that go basically caving as a sort of bonding experience, and you can just figure that it's not going to go well down there. This movie has great cinematography as well. It is very dark at times, of course, they're underground, but the use of light is very unique in this movie with the flares and the glow sticks that they use and stuff. It's very gory. I kind of forgot how violent this movie is. It gets sickeningly gory, but it's a great, fun horror movie. It's very well made. It's well acted. It's a lot of fun. This is, like I said, the original UK ending. They changed the ending for US audiences because they thought it was kind of dark. And I prefer this ending. It's not a big deal. Like, it does change things, but I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but I prefer this. So it looks great. Great cinematography, and I totally forgot how good the score is in this. It's a great orchestral score, and you don't really get that a lot in modern horror movies, so I'm glad I have this. The next one I'll show, just kind of randomly, is, if I can get it without, is the box set of Friends on DVD, not on Blu-ray. Now, I don't really like Friends. It's okay. Like, if it's on in the background, I'll watch it. It's not offensively bad to me, but it's definitely not for me. It's not my style of humor. But I actually got this for my girlfriend for her birthday. And I got it on DVD because we were watching it on HBO Max, which is where it is now. She kept mentioning that there were a lot of scenes cut out. And I'm like, that's very strange. So I did some digging, and the Blu-ray release, which has the same cover as this, same box art, but it's Blu-rays, and the Netflix and HBO Max versions are all the same. And they're basically, from what I understand, I think Comedy Central wanted them to change it to 16:9 ratio, and they upscaled them digitally and everything because this was shot on tape. And those were the original broadcast versions, so the 22-minute versions. The DVD has the original cuts of the episodes before they cut them for the 22 minutes for TV. So some of the episodes are like a couple minutes longer. There's whole scenes cut out. Some of the episodes are even 5, 6, 7, 10 minutes longer. So this is not something really for me, but you know, and yes, the picture quality is not as good as the Blu-ray. It's letterboxed, you know, it's 4:3. Picture quality isn't great, but you know, now these can't be taken away. They're not gonna be on HBO Max forever. They're gonna go to some other streaming site, and they're never gonna. I highly doubt that they're gonna remaster the uncut version. So that's that. The next one is a movie I love and I just talked about on my podcast, and that's Legend, directed by Ridley Scott, starring Tom Cruise before he went absolutely insane, and Mia Sara as the princess. And I know it's a little dark, I apologize. And Tim Curry's the devil, or darkness. This is a great 80s fantasy film. It's exactly like 80s fantasy movies. It's got that vibe. Amazing cinematography, great sets, practical effects, great music and everything. And this is the ultimate edition. There's two cuts of this movie. There's the director's cut and the theatrical release. Originally, it was released in Europe and other countries, I think even in South America, with the director's cut, which was the version that was longer and definitely, in my opinion, more dark, more of a very dark, almost leaning on horror fantasy. And the theatrical release is shorter, a lot lighter in tone, a little bit more cheesier, although they're both cheesy, and has a Tangerine Dream soundtrack. A lot of people like that one. I prefer Jerry Goldsmith's score. Really good score, probably one of his best. So this is a version that has both cuts on it if you want to watch both cuts. And they're both on one basic Blu-ray. I used to have this on DVD back when I got DVDs, and I just had the director's cut. So it's kind of cool to have both of them now. And I haven't watched this in full yet, but I skimmed through it, and it looks really good. The next three are all 4K UHDs. I got Shaun of the Dead on 4K. Because this movie is awesome and really, really funny, and I really like this movie. You know, going forward, I'm basically, if it's on 4K, if it's on UHD, I'm going to get it. I have a 4K player, I have a 4K TV. There's really no sense in me not getting it unless it's like some prohibitively expensive item. You know, again, like I'm not going to spend more than really like 18 bucks. So if it's $25, I'll just wait till it goes down in price. But yeah, I won't show you the inside because I have those digital codes in there, but Yeah, I heard this wasn't like the best transfer ever done, but it still looks, you know, definitely looks better than the Blu-ray. But regardless, this movie's hilarious and I love it. So that's that. I got two more for you. I have Apollo 13 on Blu-ray, or on UHD. I heard this is an outstandingly good transfer. This is one of my favorite movies, and it's like kind of like Dances with Wolves, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, Hook. Really like Hook. Those are movies where if they're on TV, I have to finish it. Not that I have cable, but you know, like if it's on like a streaming cable thing or I'm in a hotel or something, I have to sit down and watch it. It's just those kind of movies. They're so good. I love this movie. I heard the transfer is outstanding. So I love this movie. I can't wait to watch it on 4K and experience it and get blown away. And yeah, I'm just glad I got this. This was dirt cheap. I think it was $10. Man, it might even been like $9.50. So if you like this movie and you don't have it on UHD and you have the 4K stuff, get this. It's cheap right now. The last one is one that was also very, very cheap, surprisingly so. And that's Bong Joon-ho's Parasite on 4K. And I heard that this is one of the best 4K transfers. One of the best. I heard that it's like reference quality, pristine picture. Well, this was shot on digital, but it was shot at 6K, I believe, or 6.5K, so it was shot at a much higher resolution than the standard 2K for most modern movies, so they had a lot to work with, and they did a really good job. I haven't seen this. I know. I haven't seen it, and I very, very rarely buy a movie that I haven't seen. I really rarely do it. It's normally, if it's a movie I just know I'm gonna like. Like, this is something, a dark comedy thriller kind of movie. I know that's like totally up my alley, that kind of stuff. And of course it's been highly praised, so I had to pick this up. Again, I heard it's just amazing quality, so I'm really looking forward to watching this movie. Yeah, there's plenty of other movies, of course, I want to watch, but you know, again, as I said, since this is one of many hobbies I have, I'm not picking stuff up every week, but I will certainly keep this going and show you what my updates are. I know I have a lot of different things on this channel, cologne, movies, video games, but I'd love to hear from you. So if you picked up any movies recently, let me know. One that kind of is catching my eye is the 4K release of Saw, because I like that movie. I think it's a well done horror movie, a really interesting psychological thriller, and I would like to see it on 4K. I also think that the cover art for the 4K release is very cool. You know, that Spiral movie comes out tomorrow with Chris Rock, the kind of spin-off of Saw, and that looks bad, but I didn't expect it to be good. And it's kind of getting pretty negative reviews, but I don't know. I'll see it eventually. But yeah, that's that. I hope you enjoyed this. Just something new that I figured I would share with you. So everybody take care. Let me know what you've been up to, and peace out. Bye.